Hi and welcome to Touchview Interactive. Today we're going to take a look at the Eshare screen sharing software on the Gen 4 panel. Now this is going to allow me to wirelessly screen share up to 9 devices on the screen at any one time, and I can have up to 50 devices connected at any one time as well. So this works regardless if you're a PC user, a Mac user, maybe students want to share their Chromebooks, iPads, Android devices. All of those devices are compatible with the Eshare software. So I've launched into this, and a couple things right off the bat. It's asking you to go to eshare.app. You can just launch a simple browser on your PC or your Mac, or if you go to the Chrome Web Store, you're also going to find the Eshare application. That's going to give you a few more options within the Eshare software rather than just trying to connect directly to the panel. There's also a built-in user guide to help you kind of get started. On a mobile device, you can just scan that QR code, and that's going to allow you to download that software. It gives you some setup information and then how to connect with that. So I'm going to walk you through all of those steps. So I have that Eshare software already installed on my laptop that I have here in my studio. So let's take a look at my laptop. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to launch into that Eshare software. So this is what it looks like. I see my panel right here. It's Studio One. So if you have multiple panels in your location, you're going to see all of those populate. So that's going to allow me to go ahead and connect. So now I have two options. I can either share my screen to the panel, or I can choose to TV mirror. That's going to allow me to either share directly to the panel or broadcast out what's on my Touchview panel out to devices within the classroom. So that's a great way to be able to share the contents, maybe out to those Chromebooks or iPads with that. So again, I'll go back to my laptop, and I'm going to choose that I want to go ahead and select that I want to share my screen. Also, one thing to note before I do that is there is a little settings button here. So that allows you to go in and name your device. So I've named my laptop here Scott's PC, so I know what's connected. So that's how you can name your device. And then an invitation for mirroring. I always have mine just on auto accept with that. And then the virtual audio cable, that's always going to allow you to have audio. So if I'm streaming YouTube videos, or if I have any content from my laptop wirelessly streaming to the panel, that audio is going to follow along and show up on the panel as well. So I'm going to choose on my laptop that I want to share my screen. Now it says wait for permissions. You'll notice I get a little pop-up screen here on my panel. That's me running this in what I call acceptance or permissions mode. That's always going to allow you to either accept or reject someone trying to cast their device directly to the panel, so you have full control over that. So now that I'm not only wirelessly screen sharing my PC laptop, but I also have full touch control capability over that device. If I scroll through our Touchview web page, I'll jump back over to my PC, and you can see that I'm actually controlling my laptop, but I'm doing that directly here at the panel with that. So that's a great way to be able to utilize that and have multiple devices connected at any one time. So again, maybe I want to have another device be able to connect in. As I said, you can have up to 50 devices connected at once, and I can show up to 9 devices as they kind of tile out on the screen. So I have the Eshare app installed, just an Android tablet. It's going to work the same for a iPad, for example. So I'm going to allow that, and then I'm going to say I want to start sharing, and you'll see how it kind of goes into that split screen mode. So I can launch into a browser, be able to show any kind of work. Down below, you'll see I have some options here where I can enable or mute the audio if I want. I can choose to take my tablet full screen with that, and then I can go ahead and minimize that back down and say now I want to focus back on my laptop contents with that. So maybe while I'm screen sharing my laptop wirelessly, I want to be able to annotate and mark up and highlight some content. Well, one way to do that is my side toolbar here. That's always going to be there and available to you. So I can grab that pen tool, and now you'll see that we get a toolbar that pops up down below. So that's going to allow me to go in and change my line weighting thickness and change colors. So while I'm screen sharing my laptop, I can go ahead and annotate and mark up anything that I want to. I'm still going to get that same multi-touch capability, and I'm still going to have that same gesture erasing capability with that. And I can also just go ahead and click to close out of this and say I want to exit out of my markups with that. So that's a great way to be able to mark up any kind of content. I can also go in and be able to save that content. So if I pull up that pen tool one more time and do any kind of markups with this, that's going to allow me to go ahead and select that QR code. So I can go ahead and scan that QR code, and it's going to save with those annotation markups. Or I can choose to save this back directly to my local disk. Just make sure you choose your drive path. So in my case, I always save my content directly into Scott's class with that. So I can just go ahead and save that content back that way, and it's going to save all of those markups for me. So again, you can have up to 50 devices connected. I can show any devices, like 9 devices on the screen at any one time. So if I go ahead and close out of my markups, I wanted to show you a couple of other settings features within the eShare software. So down in the lower right-hand corner here, this little gear cogwheel, that's my settings. So I can go in and name my device, maybe by classroom location. I've just named mine Studio One. So that is an identifier of how I can connect into my panel. I can also set maybe a 6-digit PIN code with that. I can also go in and have that PIN code rotate, or maybe even an 8-digit PIN code with that also. So I always just choose device name so I know what device I'm connecting to. So I can choose to have that float up here so that that's always there and available. And then with my multiple screens, I can have up to 9 screens. I always just leave that set to 9 by default. And then if I wanted to show any connected devices, I can have those show up on screen with that. I can also enable and disable Apple AirPlay. So if you don't have the eShare app installed, that's one way that you can connect with Macs, for example, is using the AirPlay. Miracast as well, or even Chromecast support is with this with Chromebooks also. Another few features within this, if I select this little people icon that's floating around here off to the side, if I expand that, that's my moderator control center. So that's going to show me all of the devices that are connected onto my panel. So that's how you can manage if I have up to 50 students or 30 students' devices connected. That moderator control center is always going to be there and be able to show me what devices are connected. So if I wanted to go ahead and disconnect my tablet, for example, I can click that, break the chain link, and just go ahead and click that. Now, because my laptop is still connected to the panel, but it's not displaying on the screen, if I choose this little triangle arrow up here, I can select that, and now I'm back on my laptop directly with that. And that's a quick way to be able to toggle back and forth between devices, and then if I want to jump back to my home screen. A few other things within this, this little multi-menu here, or the multi-display, that's enabling group display settings. So let's say that I have multiple panels set up in multiple classrooms on campus, and I want to be able to broadcast from one panel across to all of those other panels. So I can go in and set up group display settings. So I only have one panel here in my studio, but otherwise you would see all of those populated in your device list. And then you can go in and enable that and then click to join, and that's going to allow you to group multiple panels together. Another nice feature on the Gen 4 panel that we've added, this last multi-monitor display here, that is our webcast feature. I'm going to be doing a separate video on webcasting because that's going to allow me, even if I'm not on the same network or the same SSID, I can still wirelessly cast directly to the panel. As long as I have an internet browser and internet connectivity, I'm going to be able to webcast my device directly to that. So again, we'll take a look at that in a separate video coming up.